Hello and welcome to the Elite YGO. My name is Reese and today we're going to be doing a deck profile of Prank Kids. Finally. So after the release of Meow Meow, we have gotten pretty much a meta deck in the form of Prank Kids once again. I know Prank Kids were like somewhat meta relevant back when they won the YCS, but I never found them that great. I just thought they were being played in such high volumes that they were topping afterwards, where when it won the YCS, I just thought it was like a shock to the system and no one really knew how to play against it. But as the months or as the weeks and months grew, people knew how to play against Prank Kids, and it struggled with this issue where you needed to draw 2 Prank Kids plus Fusion essentially to combo. Where now you just need 1 Prank Kids monster to combo, and I think this deck has broken through its glass ceiling, and I personally think it's one of the top contenders this format. So with all that being said, let's do a deck profile. So before we start with the monsters, you should know all Prank Kids have a similar effect. I know I've explained this before, but if you're new to the deck, they all have an effect, and then you can special summon a Prank Kids monster with a different attribute or different name, essentially, from the deck. So, Fansies will Foolish Burial a Prank Kids card. Dropsies will gain you 1,000 life points. Lampsies will burn your opponent for 500. And Roxy's will banish a card from your hand and draw a new card. And then once you do that, you can special summon a Prank Kids monster with a different name from your deck. There's also something I didn't realize until like super recently, is that you don't even need to summon a Prank Kids monster. You can essentially just go Roxy's F, banish 1, draw 1, and don't summon anything. It's never come up for me, and I don't see why it ever would, unless you're trying to play around a Biru or something. It's gone above me. I have no idea why you would do it. If you know why there is a reason to do such a thing, let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, that's all the Prank Kids monsters. Onto hand traps. 3 Nibiru, 3 Ash, 3 Veiler, 3 Impermanence. These are basically the most versatile hand traps of the format right now. Almost good against everything. Arguably, Nibiru can be pretty dead in some matchups, but for the most part, we're looking pretty good. I also play a lot of hand traps because I play the deck at 45 cards. Because I don't play poly, and I was running into this issue where I would draw 5 Prank Kids monsters and nothing else, because you obviously have like 16 ways to start your combo, and you're gonna draw a lot of them a lot of the time. So I thought, let's bump up the deck count, and it's worked out. That's only if you're not playing poly. If you're playing poly, then you do want to open poly plus 2 Prank Kids to do like your most optimal ways. But for me, I just like this version better. And yeah, once I bumped it up to about 45, it was like, good, because now I'm opening hands of 1, maybe 2 Prank Kids monsters with a hand trap or an extender or just anything, and it's been really, really, really nice. So that's it for the hand traps, and I guess that's it for my rambly explanation as to why I don't play poly and stuff. Spells, obviously 3 place and terraforming, just 4 more ways to start your combo, and this one can sometimes chain block. I wish the effects were reversed, where like when you link summoned, your monsters would gain attack, because then you would just chain block your first Prank Kids monster and it'll essentially always go off. But in hindsight, that would be pretty broken. 3 Pandemonium. If you're playing the Poly / Mystic Mind version, you just play this at 2. You're basically always searching it anyway. In this version, it's just an extender if I get hand trapped at an awkward time. And if I draw like 2 Prank Kids monsters plus Pandemonium, I essentially get to keep going. Then the last Prank Kids spell is Prank, because this is like the best card. I probably should play this at 3, to be honest. This card is insane. Not only does it act as a combo starter, because you can just make a Prank Kids token out of it, but it shuffles back 3 and draws you a new card, which is massive, because this deck can run out of gas so quick, and if you're not managing your resources correctly, you are going to run out of gas in a grind game and probably lose to it, which has happened to me so many times. But now that I've kind of learned how to resource manage, it's not so bad anymore. Arguably the most controversial right now amongst Prank Kidders is 3 Thunder Dragon Fusion. I know a lot of people don't like playing 3 of this, but I'm telling you right now, from experience, this card is the bomb. Not only does it help you play through a Nibiru, allowing you to get a Battle Butler even after that Nibiru you, but it also acts as a searcher, and in like mid to late game, if you just draw this off the top with nothing, and you got nothing, this is like just the way to go. I don't know why you wouldn't play this, but like I said, everyone's different. I just like this version a lot better. Oh yeah, mind the proxy. I've been borrowing it for the last couple weeks. I should probably buy one. One Insta Fusion. It's not only just like a good combo starter, but it's also a good way to play through Nibiru as well. Because if you save it and you're not too greedy with the Instant Fusion, if they Nibiru you before you use your Rocket Ride effect, then you just play through the Nibiru because you just go Rocket Ride, summon back your two monsters, and basically you just keep going from there. So you can really punish a player with this card. It's really good. And then we got 3 Forbidden Droplets. It was between this and Forbidden Chalice. But the reason I chose this over that is because if I'm versing combo and I go second, this is going to out those fields a lot better than one negate will, which in the form of Chalice. So I found that Droplet was the best. And honestly, discarding one card is never a big deal because usually you're opening up like your combo anyway, which is most of the time just one card. So, you can sacrifice discarding something off the droplets. And it's also good to just set it and you can just like negate 3 things at once. It's just insane. The card's nuts. And then for the last spells, 3 Cosmic Cyclone. I'm only playing this because I fear Mystic Mine. And I guess it's good against Dogmatica because if you just get rid of the punishment, it essentially just beats them. Because punishment is like their last line of defense. And if you get through that, you basically win. So this card is just really good. It's pretty much mandatory right now. And you cannot tell me otherwise. I don't mean to say that. And then the one-off trap that isn't obviously the impermanence is the plan. I don't like this card, to be honest. I'd like to cut it. Sometimes I shuffle back like everything and like start again off the second effect. But I in the 3 weeks I've been playing this deck, I have just never, ever, ever, ever made the Roaring Roaster. If anything, I would side the Roaster and I would side this for the trap-heavy matchups. It just never comes up. You draw this, it's a brick. I don't know. Not a fan. So in future builds, I'd probably cut this. But I'm trying to keep the profile as honest as we can. Before we go on to the extra deck, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Nakijo at nakijo.com.au for sponsoring the channel. Thank you so much. Go to their website and get all your singles from there because they are the cheapest prices around, especially when the gold collection thing came out. Dude, their prices were unmatched. And if you use promo code ELITE5, you'll get a further 5% off your order at your checkout. But it's not a once-only offer. You can do that pretty much anytime you order something. So that's pretty good 5% off pretty much everything you see on the website. But yeah, let's continue with the extra deck. We are playing double Meow Meow. There are times where I've wanted to play a third of this, but honestly, it doesn't come up that much. I mean, you're never really shuffling this back because you're always banishing it to trigger your tribute effects. So it's never really in your graveyard to shuffle back, so you can run out of them. And especially in grinding games, I've wanted a third, but I guess 2 is the number to go with right now. But with further testing, who knows? Things might change. 2 Doodle Doo and 2 Bow Wow Bark. Doodle Doo obviously will search you a Pranky's card on summon, and then Bow Wow Bark is your combo ender. You just end on this, and then that's what establishes your end field during your opponent's turn. And then the last Pranky's link is obviously the aforementioned Ripper and Roaster. You don't need this card. You can cut it. I just don't think it belongs in the main deck. You can play it if you want. But yeah, truth be told, I don't think it belongs in the main deck. And then just for the more generic links, we've got 1 Anaconda. Not usually, almost always are sending the Thunder Dragon Fusion off this. 1 Unicorn. I wanted to play 2 Battle Butler, but I just don't own them. And I didn't know anyone with the second one. So pretty much these last couple of weeks, I've been playing this. But I would cut this. This I never summoned it, but there are so many times where I wish I had a second Battle Butler. So if you have the option, cut this for a second Battle Butler. Then Access Code and Boral Sword. Now, you might be saying Boral Sword's pretty irrelevant, but not for me. It comes up so often. Access Code's good, but it doesn't always finish the game off, where Boral Sword usually does. Especially if you go Boral Sword Battle Butler, you're always going to win. I guess, arguably, Access Code Battle Butler will win too. But I don't always want to burn off the access code in case I get Nibiru'd and there's nothing on the field to pop. It's just a waste summoning this. Onto the fusions. Obviously, the best fusion, 2 Rocket Ride, One Weather Washer. Weather Washer comes up sometimes. It's nice that it protects the monsters it summons back, but don't summon it that often. And then the best card in the extra deck is Battle Butler. Basically, being able to Regeki your opponent twice on their turn is insane. It's you could arguably say it's a glorified Zeus. You know, the XYZ monster. It's basically Zeus, not as strong, but you know. It's an in-archetype Zeus that you make super consistently. I like it. The card's insane. Play 2 of it if you can. But again, it's not mandatory. I only missed it a couple times, but you don't want to miss cards ever. So I would 100% recommend play 2 Battle Butler. And that is it for the deck profile, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you did, give us a like. Leave us a subscribe. We are on the road to 2K subscribers. We got 1K subscribers in under 3 months. So maybe at the 6-month mark, we can hit 2,000 and then so on and so forth. We are so grateful to have you all here. Leave a comment down below what you thought of the deck. And also leave a comment down below of what deck profiles you want to see next. I'm back at locals now. I can borrow cards off people and I can start testing new strategies out. And yeah. Oh, also, before I leave a question down below for my 1K Q&A because I will be filming that in the next couple days. I know I said that like 3 weeks ago, but I'm definitely doing it this week. So have your questions in by tomorrow night at the latest, and I will be doing the 1K Q&A. The video should be up on Friday, give or take. I don't know whether it be in the morning or at night, probably at night. But yeah, that is it, guys. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you next time.